sponsor of this event, and with Brian Redman, as always, it's terrific to be here. We love it from the magazine point of view, just because this is the people, you're the people that have made us what we are today, and this event is second to none. If you were downtown, folks, on Friday night, you saw those cars come into town, and definitely there is nothing like it, I think, anywhere else in the country. Last night, again, terrific, just some great vehicles down there, and with that said, we have a couple of special awards that we like to make each year. One is the race car that we would most like to race, and the other is the street car that we would most like to drive. And for that, I think there's nobody more appropriate than our editor at large, Peter Egan, so I'm going to turn it over to Peter. Thank you, Peter.
Thank you, Rick. This is always a fun trophy for us to judge. I was wandering around both nights with John Lamb, our writer and photographer from Road and Track, who I think is, I thought he was hiding in the shade, but he's over here. And we were both, during the race car concours, we were both struck with the 911 race car over here, the Trans Am car. There's so many great cars to look at, but it's a beautiful restoration, and the story that went with it was pretty interesting. It was one of 6 lightweight factory Trans Am Porsches 911s built for the 68 Trans Am series. And the current owner, Bob Bailey, is the man who drove it in the Trans Am in '68 with his co-driver. And the car passed out of his hands for a while and then was restored meticulously back to its original livery and looks just like it did then, and he owns the car again now. So it's kind of a nice, one of those full circle stories, and it's just take a look at it, it's just a beautiful car. But we'd like to give the car we'd most like to race trophy to Bob Bailey. Bob. Congratulations. Bob, the name of your co-driver eludes me at the moment. I could run over there and read it off the other side of the car.
That was Jim Locke from Bow, New Hampshire. Great guy. Jim and I partnered together driving for about 5 years, Porsches.
Well, congratulations. It's a beautiful car, and I'm glad you've got it again, and you did a wonderful job on it. Thank you. And our other trophy is the car we'd most like to drive. I think we're calling it most like to drive. We used to say the car we'd most like to drive home, but it's pretty much the same thing. And it was easy for us because John Lamb was with me, and John Lamb owns a Lancia Aurelia. That's his favorite car, and he has one in his garage, and he's a fan, and I've always loved those cars. They had a stellar record in road racing in Italy, I think in 1951 or 52. 51. Finished second, I think, with Bracco driving. Overall in Mille Miglia, surrounded with by huge, thundering, large displacement race cars. But they've been always been beautiful cars, and had a reputation for staying together and handling every type of road that Italy and Europe could throw at them. And we had a beautiful example restored by Jeffrey Goldberg, and it's this car right here, this beige car. And Jeffrey found this car in a field where it had been abandoned for, I think he said 20 years, something like that, with a fine patina of rust and weeds and trees growing around it, and dragged it out of there and spent, I can't remember how many years he spent restoring it, but the result is just spectacular. It's just I think a stunning restoration, and it just, he drives it, and it just has that feeling of a car you'd like to get in and drive cross country. So our award for the car we'd most like to drive home goes to Jeffrey Goldberg. Thank you. How long did you spend restoring this car?
Well,
depends how you count. I first bought the car 1975 out of that field and realized it was way over my head, and a friend took it after a few weeks and he kept it for 20 or 30 years, and then he sent it back to me. And so the restoration, we started in about 7-8 years ago, and then took a few years to do it and then a few years to fettle it, but it seems happy now.
That's a beautiful car, and thank you for bringing it. We really enjoyed seeing it here. Thank you. Inhale here. All right, I think we're turning it over to the award staff here. Charlie Bates.
Hello, my name is Charlie Bates, and I've had the honor again this year of being the chairman for the concourse. And on behalf of the judges and all the concourse staff, I'd like to thank Road America for providing such a beautiful venue, the town of Elkhart Lake for taking us in with open arms. But more importantly, I would like to thank each and every one of the competitors that entered the concourse. Seeing these wonderful cars year to year out where they're meant to be on the road being driven is just wonderful. So that being said, we do have some awards to give out. So we will start with the concourse finals, which were up here in the paddock today. These are all winners from the Friday and Saturday events, and they were voted on today again for awards for the concourse. And I'd like to start with the best street car, and the winner for the best street car is Gary Hopkins with the 1995 Ferrari 456 GT. If you come up, we'll be glad to give you your award. Thank you, Gary. Thank you very much. We will now move on to our second award. That is the best race car. The best race car award goes to Craig Olson, which is a 1985 Roush Mustang. Based on the race group that was just out, I suspect he's probably somewhere in the paddock. We will make sure we get that trophy to him, but he is to be congratulated. He has won best race car. It's an outstanding car, and we want to thank him for bringing it. The next award that we're going to give out, everybody here had a chance to vote on. It's the People's Choice Awards. All the cars were here on display, and spectators had a chance to vote for their People's Choice Awards. The people have spoken, and our People's Choice Award winner is Fred Fisher with the 1957 Ferrari 250 GT long wheelbase. If you come up, we'll give you your award. Finally, we come to our final award, and that is Best of Show for the concourse. And without further ado, that goes to Hugh Ruthven with a 1959 Bandini Formula Junior car. Congratulations. That concludes our awards for the 2012 concourse. We'll see you again next year, and come out and enjoy all the cars. Still up in the paddock.
maybe at a dead battery. You want to hit tips and get all that shit.
Those are the race cars. Now it's the Elkhart. The race cars. That was from Friday night.
Every year, right? You don't remember.
Yeah, he's got a 250 or 275 right now, he told me.